In the long and brutal history of slavery, most suffering happened in silence. But in the year 1839, one act of resistance shattered that silence. This is the story of the Amistad Rebellion. In West Africa, in present-day Sierra Leone, Africans were kidnapped from their homes. They were free people, yet they were sold illegally into slavery. Chained and beaten, they were forced onto a Spanish ship called La Amistad, bound for Cuba. Among them was a man named Sengbe Pierre. History would remember him as Cinque. 4 days into the voyage, the captives decided they would die free, or not at all. Under the cover of night, they broke their chains. Armed with loose iron and stolen machetes, they rose up. The ship's captain was killed. The cook was killed. The two Spanish slave owners were spared on one condition: take us back to Africa. But the promise was a lie. By day, the ship was steered east. By night, west. For weeks, the Amistad drifted until it reached the coast of the United States. The ship was seized by the U.S. Navy. The Africans were arrested, not as victims, but as criminals. Spain demanded they be returned as property. American slaveholders watched closely. The case threatened the very foundation of slavery. In court, a single question echoed: were these Africans slaves or free men who had fought for their lives? Former U.S. President John Quincy Adams stood before the Supreme Court.
These men are not property, but human beings entitled to freedom and justice under the law.
He argued one truth: no law can turn men into criminals for resisting slavery. In 1841, the court delivered its verdict. The Africans were free. They had been kidnapped illegally. Their rebellion was self-defense. After years in chains and cages, the survivors returned home to Africa. The Amistad Rebellion proved something powerful. Slavery was never accepted. Freedom was never forgotten. Even in chains, the human spirit still fights back.